Hey flowers, it's your girl Reese LaFleur and I'm back with another video. What's up, how you doing, boo? Hey! Okay, so this video is going to be a slay girl chat, a slay chat. And I'm going to be discussing, as you can see from the title below, something that B.Simone said, but not necessarily what B.Simone said, but just the reaction from social media and some of the things that I saw. So, this is going to be a juicy girl chat. I really want y'all to like come down in the comments, tell me your opinions, tell me how y'all feel. I really do want to hear it. Let's see if we have the same ideas or different ideas, whatever it is. You already know. So before we get into this girl chat, slay chat, I want you to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications so that anytime that I upload a video, you are notified. Go ahead and thumbs up this video, comment down below, and share this video with your friends. Okay. Yeah. Let's get into it. So just like in every other slay story, in slay chat, we are also gonna slay this makeup. Okay. So I'm starting out with my primer, of course. This is the Ramona Joan LaFleur primer and moisturizer. So we're just gonna start out with that. I'm probably not gonna talk about the products I'm using as much. Everything will be down in the description box. But because I want to really make this about like the subject. So B.Simone had an interview with Nick Cannon, as I'm probably sure you've probably already seen, on Nick Cannon's radio show, but they're doing it virtually. And the topic of her dating comes on because, you know, she has that slogan that's, "You're my boyfriend." But it turns out she hasn't had a boyfriend in like 7 years. So she says, like, you know what, I'm actually looking for a boyfriend. I'm actually looking to date. And she asks for the criterias or whatever like that. Honestly, before I just even speak for her, I'm going to just go ahead and play that clip.
He can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want him to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
so
like he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn,
I think
B.Simone.
entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's a mechanic,
I'm sure, but no, you're not gonna understand my lifestyle. You're not gonna understand why I'm up at 3 a.m.
Damn, you making this hard for me. Okay, all right.
You know, he has to be an entrepreneur,
a business owner. He getting one of them stimulus packages from Donald Trump, one of them small business loans, and he ain't buying jewelry with it.
Or moving into that direction.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so after seeing that clip, now you see what she said. Now, I don't want to talk about necessarily, I don't want to get into semantics of exactly what she said. I just want to talk about, well, I guess we are going to get into semantics of exactly what she said because it has a lot to do with, I think, how people viewed what she said and how they formed their opinions. So in the clip, as you saw, like Nick Cannon kind of like threw in a lot of that 9 to 5 thing to her, like, oh, you don't want somebody to clock in. She's like, no, nobody to clock in, clock out. But I think people are missing and not understanding that she said 2 things I think that are really important. One of those things was hustling entrepreneur, and the other thing was her understanding her lifestyle and being able to enjoy her lifestyle. Now, she did go back on social media a few other times and talk about how, you know, things like generational wealth and such, and people were also kind of not understanding or upset with her about that. But I mean, I saw a few people mention doctors and lawyers and all of that, but I'll get into that because unless you own your own practice, you're not building that generational wealth as you would if you worked at a hospital. Like the doctors that work at their own hospitals or at other hospitals, they still work for someone. They can be fired. Like even lawyers that work for practices and it's not their own practice, they can also be fired. They can be let go. It's not a permanent job. Yes, it's a great career, but they can also be fired. And that makes them not entrepreneurs. They have great incomes, great jobs, but unless they have their own practices, doctors and lawyers or whoever, they own their own practice, they can be let go. And if that's the case, that means that they have a boss, and that means they are building wealth for someone else. Even if they're making 6 figures, $400,000, Yes, they're having good money. Yes, they should have great savings. But is that generational wealth? I don't know. Because honestly, to pass that down to a child, you're not passing down a practice. You're not passing down. You're just passing down them to get the same degree to then go to school as well. You can give them money, but that's going to run out because it's not something that's going to keep it going. You understand? Like, generational wealth is something that keeps going. I'll actually put the definition here just to make sure that I'm not just chopping and screwing it, because that's just my understanding of it. I could be like wrong, and I'm okay to be wrong. So in that, people are like, oh, this is some of the comments that I read, or just some of the things that I saw, that this is what really got me going. Because honestly, I agree with her. And the reason why I agree with her is because I feel like every woman has the right to decide what type of man or whoever they want to be in a relationship with. Just as every man has a decision. We don't bash men, or we don't come at men or tell men they need to be humble because they decide that they want to date this, and this, and this. Okay? That's just not something that we do. And especially since B.Simone is a black woman, I'm going to touch on that a lot more. So when you're telling someone like, hey, you need to be humble. You was just working a 9-to-5 5 years ago. Like, what does that have to do with anything? My thing about that is, it's like, she's not working a 9-to-5 right now. And regardless of, I know there's controversy, like literally as this video goes up, about her plagiarizing her book. But even before then, she has created a platform for herself to make money. And whatever she did or didn't do, I'm not going to speak to that. Allegedly, she plagiarized her book. I'm not going to speak on that because that's not the subject of my video. But I will say that this girl has worked hard to honestly grow the followers. She has million-something followers. Like, she has grown her whole thing. She's grown it. Like, she's worked hard to get there. Shoot, I know right now I'm still trying to pop. Okay, period. Because that's just one of my goals. So in essence of just any influencer in general, I look up to them because I'm like, you know what? They grind it and they have this following and they made it a living. And for me, that's something I like to see. Just in general. I'm not going to speak to her as a person. I'm not going to speak to her after the protest because I am not feeling what she said. I'm not trying to stick up for her. Don't necessarily care for her that much anymore because of what she said about the protest. But what she said, which was after the thing about the protest, I agree with. Because honestly, she has every right to decide to choose who she does not want to date. Now, she said, I don't want to be up at 3 a.m. and I'm trying to get something done and he got to be working on it. She also went on to say in her social media, she feels like she wants an entrepreneur because how will they spend time? She's away every weekend doing bookings. He's away, and they can just get up and go with each other. He doesn't have to call out of work. It's a different type of thing when you work for someone. You have to answer to someone else. It's just what it is. And as most people who work for someone, how can you not understand that? You must understand that you have to answer to someone if you work for someone. That's just how the cookie, literally, most people in the world are not entrepreneurs. Most people in the world are not business owners. They work for someone. Some people don't mind working for people. Some people do. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, let's not act like we don't have to call up and say, hey, I can't come in. Or we don't have a certain amount of hours, certain amount of days where we can miss. Or we don't have a certain amount, you know what I'm saying? An entrepreneur doesn't have that type of, an entrepreneur just tends to have that much more freedom. Now, I want to talk about the hustling entrepreneur. I think a lot of people mistaken her for saying that she wants someone who's rich and who has money. And I think that's what people were misunderstanding as well, because she didn't say money. A hustling entrepreneur is someone literally kind of like her. I don't know how much money she makes. I don't know what she's done. But when you're first starting your business, and you're actually saying, you know what, I'm quitting this job and I'm doing this, that, and the third, you're poor until you hit. You're not making thousands of millions of dollars. You're really hustling. You're hustling, you're trying to make it. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing whatever let's say it's her in her industry of comedy or whatever she does. She's, they're trying to make sure that she's making sure she's doing this. She's making sure she's over here, booking that. Who knows how much she was paid? Maybe some of them shows she did for free. Who knows? Just to get her name out there. Being on social media, posting. You think, as someone who posts on social media, that shit don't pay. You pay for those posts right now. Like, you're paying. You're putting them outfits on. You're doing whatever you're doing. And time, you know what I'm saying? At work, you get paid for your time. Your time is money. So that's what I think of when I hear a hustling entrepreneur. Not someone who's necessarily made it, not someone who's rich, but just someone who understands what it's like to be hustling, to understand what it's like if she can't see him for 4 days or whatever. That is what I heard when I heard what she said. And I think that a lot of people are like really trying to like make it seem like she's not allowed to feel like that. And it just brings me on to the idea, and this is something that I see a lot, like as soon as I'm gonna go there, as soon as a black woman says, this is what I want, this, and this, and this, or I want to date a guy with money, or she's immediately a gold digger. She's immediately not humble. She's immediately a bad person. She's immediately messed up. And I'm like, to the guys who are offended about that 9 to 5 shit, y'all wouldn't have dated her anyway. You're not probably in her area. She probably wouldn't look at you. And you telling her to be humble. Why don't you be humble? Because why do you think that you have the nerve to date her? Like, why is your ego so hurt by this? Like, I saw one guy. Actually, I'm going to block out his name, but I'm going to show his post because Sir was unraveling. Sir was unraveling. I have to share it all. Like, are you kidding? Whether y'all want to admit it or not, this girl is an entrepreneur. She has her own income. She's her own boss. Yes, she works on Wild 'N Out, but that's not her only source of income. So yes, she has a boss in that essence. Other than that, she's an entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur, sis. Like, whether you wanna admit it or not, that girl is an entrepreneur. Like, I don't care how you want to do, oh, she worked for Nick Cannon. That's not her only job. And even I see people, oh, all you do is tell comedy on Instagram. Like, don't demean what she does, because at the end of the day, she's getting paid from that and you clock in. Like, don't hate on nobody, because like at the end of the day, like, you telling her to be humble, but you be humble because you still clock in, and that's why you're mad. And I've seen a lot of women do that. And to be quite honest, this is why I want to get into it, because I feel like they're trying to tell us that black women are not allowed to have standards. Why can't we be with a man that we want to be with? Why we gotta choose this type of man? Why we, like, especially it shocked me to see how many other black women were upset. Like, girl, black women will sell you struggle love before a man will. Like, they will tell you, no, deal with that, let him do. I don't trust women like that. A woman that will tell you to be with a man that's not doing something with you, that's a hater to me. I'm sorry, that's a hater, because why on earth should I be with a man who's, I'm not going to say beneath me, but who I'm not looking for? Why do I have to deal with this? Why do I have to deal with this just because y'all say so? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you should be with a guy that fits your personal standards. Now, if you want to be with a man who has no job, who doesn't have this, who doesn't have that, or who just works a 9 to 5 because you work another, that makes sense to me. But don't tell her that she's not allowed to be with who she wants to be with, because she is. Don't tell the next girl she's not allowed to be who she want to be with, because she is. Don't immediately tell her, oh, I want a guy who's established. That means she's a gold digger. Oh, potential. You know what potential really means? Do you know? That doesn't mean that they're about to do something. Potential literally means that they have everyone has potential. Everyone has the potential to do something, but are they going to take action? You need to be looking for people who are ambitious, determined, goal-getters, goal-driven. That's what you need to be looking for. So if anything, she's a goal digger, not a gold digger. She's looking for someone who has goals, ambition, and determination. That is what she's looking for. She's looking for someone who's an entrepreneur. So don't hit me with the, oh, she's looking for somebody with money. You can be a CEO and be broke, especially if you're starting your own business. Because you can also be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company and be fucking fired. So, like, we cannot continue to tell women, especially black women, because, you know, I don't know if everybody black, we cannot continue to tell them that they're not allowed to have whatever standards that they want to have. Like, also, I wanted to touch on the fact of the person who does the exception thing. And what I mean by that is, a 9 to 5 person could be this. A 9 to 5 person could be a doctor. A 9 to 5 person could be a lawyer. A 9 to 5 person could be a CEO. Let me tell you something. A lot of those jobs, they actually do work long hours. A lot of those career jobs, or even a 9 to 5 person could be someone who works for the transit or Amtrak or Let me tell you something. Everyone is not those jobs. Most people work regular 9 to 5 jobs. I'm sorry. Look at the just the median of income in the country. I know for New York State, the median income, like the most average income is $57,000, which means that most people, like we already know, are not doctors, lawyers, CEOs, CFOs. Like they're just not. Most people are workers. Literally, that's like just regular people who are doing 9 to 5s. They may be a director of this, a director of that. They may have a good paying job, but they're just regular people. Like they're not. Most people are not on like out here just sticking it to the man and just making thousands and millions of dollars. That's just not the case. And we should know that because this is capitalism, boo. Like capitalism is not for that everybody making mad money. So there's that. But I'm looking at this in essence of like women and how I see women are treated when it comes to their standards. Again, when I say women, I really just mean black women. It's like we're not allowed to have them. It's like we're not allowed to. Does anyone else see that? Like comment down below if you've noticed that a lot of times, like once a black woman says, hey, I don't want to date this, that, and the third, it turns into, oh, she don't got to. It turns into men cursing her out. It turns into women telling her to be humble. It turns into, oh, this person 5 years ago you was doing this. You mean to tell me a 5-year span I still have to date who I was dating 5 years ago? Look, let me tell you something. As a human being, there should be growth in your life in general. If you were with someone, let's say you was with someone who was cheating on you 5 years ago, and now you want to hop into a new relationship. You see a guy and you find out that he's cheated on his ex and now you don't want to deal with him. You're going to tell me that I need to deal with him because 5 years ago I dealt with a cheater? Like I can't grow, I can't do better than I did the last time. And that's the problem with y'all. You can do better than you were doing before. Especially if you are doing better. Especially if she's not where she was 5 years ago. And honestly, I'm not where I was 5 years ago. And honestly, you shouldn't be where you were 5 years ago. Let's keep it a buck. So what she was doing 5 years ago don't got nothing to do with her today because she's changed and she's grown and she's a new person. And that's in general. Now, if you're the same person that you were 5 years ago, you probably don't need to be dating at all. You probably don't need to be dating at all because you need to figure out how you can grow in life because I'm not about to do the same thing I was doing 5 years ago. If a guy tells me he doesn't like bigger women, I'm not going to be upset about this. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Because there's someone that will date me who fits my criteria to date me. Like, we're not telling, you know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I don't like, don't try to play me, don't try to down me or bully me or be rude to me or call me all types of foul names because I'm a bigger woman. Don't do that. But if you tell me like, yo, I'm not interested, I prefer, slimmer women, small women, tiny women, petite women, I'm none of those things. Why would that hurt my feelings? Like, I don't understand that. Like, because honestly, if I tell someone I don't want to date them, don't try to hurt my feelings for that. I guess that's why I see it like that. Because you're not about to try to hurt my feelings for that. You're not about to, no, you're not, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I guess that's just how I come to the conversation. Because if it's me and I'm telling someone, look, I want to date this and that, and they're like, why you don't want to date me? And I know. I said no. I don't want to date you. I just don't. So I guess maybe that's why I take the stance that I take about this. Because I'm like, if I don't want to date someone, I don't want to date them. I don't see the problem. I mean, I really wish somebody would tell me I don't have the right to have the standards that I had. And you know what? I've had it. I've had that. I'm going to use other examples to put it in perspective for y'all. So I prefer to not date men with children because, one, I don't have children. And two, I really don't want to deal with another woman in that essence, in that aspect, who has that much responsibility with my man. I just don't. There's nothing wrong with men who are fathers. There's nothing wrong with none of that. Especially if they're taking care of their kids. But I don't want to deal with that. I don't have my own children, so I don't want to date someone who does because our lifestyles is different. While he has to worry about another human being, I don't have to. I don't have that type of responsibility. It's just a difference. So for me, I've always said I wanted my child to be his first child so that we can learn that and learn that responsibility together. I don't want someone to come at me and be like, oh, yeah, the way we do it over here. I don't care how you do it over here. We about to learn how to do it over here or over here. Just another example. And I've had men tell me, you can't, what if that's the man of your dreams? and you blocking your blessings. I'm like, okay, let me say something. I just told you part of the man of my dreams, right? If that's the man of my dreams, why would he have children if I told you that's not something I want to date? That don't make no sense. That just never made no sense to me. So, put it into perspective of the entrepreneurship. If she's telling you, this is the man that I want this, and this entrepreneur, and you tell her, what if the man in your dreams is a 9 to 5? How? If that's not in my man of my dreams list. Earth, could that be the man of my dreams, y'all? I really want to answer. Please comment down below if you understand. Because if I tell you I don't want someone who does this. If I tell you I don't want someone who does crack. And you're like, what if he the man of your dreams? And I'm like, bro, how? I just said I don't want someone like, what? How is he the man of my dreams? I always wondered like what that means. What does that mean? Like, what? I understand what it's like to literally want to be an entrepreneur because I'm a 9 to 5er and I really want to be an entrepreneur. I'm working toward it. I'm trying my best to get there, but I have bills. I live in New York City. I have bills, and these bills not gonna pay themselves. And I honestly feel like I understand where she's coming from with that. And I think that people who are offended because they're 9 to 5ers, I guess they felt slighted or felt belittled because the term clocking in and clocking out was said. But like, that's what you do. You clock in, you clock out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Even if you're the manager of a store, you clock in and clock out. That's what you do. That's just what it is. And I'm one of those people who clock in and clock. I have to report my time to someone to get paid. Salary or not, you have to show up. Hourly, you have to show up, get paid. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have sources of income that's not coming from someone else or me doing work for someone else. Most people don't. And she wants someone who does. She wants someone who does. And I see nothing wrong with that. And I think that if you have an issue with that, that just means that you have an issue. You have an issue with women having standards. I'm going to take it there. You have an issue with black women having standards. You have an issue with black women wanting to date certain type of men because to you, that's offensive. It's like you don't have the right. And that's what it boils down to it. Should black women have standards? Are we allowed to have standards? And I'm going to say societally, that might not be a fucking word. Wow, maybe I need to standard up my English. We are not allowed to. We're not allowed to. We're not allowed to. It only offended you because you already feel some type. Either you feel some type of way about the job you're working and working for someone else, or you just don't like when people talk about what, you know, you just don't like when people talk about some real shit to them. Or you don't want black women to have standards, so for you it's the audacity for her to think that she's better. Or that she don't have to deal with this, that, and the third. Because I do. Because a lot of y'all, I feel like y'all dealing with niggas that don't take care of the kids that y'all got with them. Y'all dealing with guys who probably use all your shit, don't help you with nothing, don't help you with your bills. Y'all probably dealing with that. So you have a problem. You're mad because you're like the audacity of this girl to think that she don't have to deal with what I have to deal with. No, you don't have to deal with what you're dealing with. Boo. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You don't have to deal with that. So I implore you to stop dealing with that because you don't even deserve that. And I'm gonna tell you like that. If you are dealing with that and that's why you are offended because you're dealing with somebody who don't appreciate you, who don't do not a goddamn thing for you, all he do is sit around and use your stuff. He don't even, he won't buy you, he won't spit on you if you were on fire and you're with him and you calling at your man. He cheating and he doing this with every other girl. You don't even have to deal with that, bro. Let me tell you right now. You don't even. So if that's your case and that's why you were offended by what B.Simone said, let me implore you, let me encourage you, let that the fuck go because you could do battle by yourself. You could do battle by yourself. So if that's the case and that's the reason why you mad, let that ass go. Let that ass go. As B.Simone was saying in her plagiarized book. I'm dead. As she was saying in her plagiarized book, whoever wrote it said, manifest your life, okay? Manifest what you want in your life. Manifest it. Write it down. Put that into action. That's it. Like B.Simone said in the book, the plagiarized book, okay? And that's just what it is. I hope that book is not plagiarized, because that's absolutely ghetto. I'm sorry, I try not to talk about it, but if that book is plagiarized, that is extremely ghetto. Honestly, truly, this eye look though, the whole face is just lit. I ain't even set the face yet. I ain't even set the face yet. Okay. And that's on period. Alright, you guys, I just wanted to share my opinion about the whole B.Simone thing, but not necessarily just B.Simone, but just about the fact that I feel like y'all be coming at women just because they have regular old standards, or just because they want something that y'all feel like, and why do y'all feel like they don't deserve that? For those who don't agree, if you don't agree, hey girl, we on the same team. But yeah, leave your comments and your thoughts down below in the description. Leave your comments down below in the comment area. You know where the comments go, and we'll talk about it. I'll argue. What up? I will argue, but like, I'll debate you. Anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this Slay Chat. Let me know if this is something that you want to see as well, in addition to the Slay stories. I know y'all like my stories, but if you would also like some Slay Chats thrown in there as well, make sure you let me know. I'll talk about some topics that I think are relevant. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to join that flower gang by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.